the big dream, not the little one. Welcome to the Dream Talk podcast, where real people share real stories and real struggles and success. I am your host, Dreamer, and I'm here with Anthony Train Johnson. Welcome, Anthony.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, could you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name's Anthony Train Johnson. I am a business owner of a business called Train Files LLC, Entertainment and Promotions, and I am a multitude of things: MC, host, comedian, author of a book, and basically I just packaged all of my dreams and just went at it, went to it. I've been doing entertainment for probably 12 years now, and now it actually pays the bills.
Okay.
So yeah, for me, entertainment, and I have a big heart for the community too. So I work in the community also, and I've been doing that for years too. So it's a lot of hats, a lot of things, you know what I mean? But yeah, they can Google the rest, I guess. It's on Google now. We made it to Google somehow. But yeah.
Okay. So, what make you take the career path that you chose to take?
For me, a lot of it started in my childhood, and there's a lot of layers to it. Honestly, I always had a love for entertainment.
Okay.
I remember being young, around 7 or 8 years old, and my grandmother would always have this show on called The Flip Wilson Show and Sanford and Son.
Mm-hmm.
It was really, it done a lot for me to see black people having shows, being entertaining. Fred Sanford was just so quick with jokes and things like that. I really love that. And then with the Flip Wilson Show, you know, he was kind of doing things that Dave Chappelle does now with like just him being in multiple roles and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I really saw, you know, it just pulled me in when I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
And on the other side of that, just being in a home where a lot of my friends, all of my cousins and family, they did a lot of back and forth, like a lot of families out there, of just joking on each other and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
For me, what stood out is that I noticed that, okay, people really laugh at me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember being young, like maybe 10 years old on the bus, and really just ripping some jokes or ripping some people, like, you know, older ones than me.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the reaction from everyone. And I remember thinking to myself, wow.
Right.
Like, you know, laughter, you know, has a lot of power. But what I mean by that is it's a lot of, you know, good forces with laughter. You know what I mean? I can really control your emotion right now if you're not feeling good or you're down. And so me, it was perfect for my personality. I like making people feel good. I like, you know, making people smile. And I have a real love for comedy and entertainment, you know. So I studied it when I was young. You know, man, not just black comedians, white comedians, Rodney Dangerfield, Jon Stewart was one of my favorite guys. He's kind of one of the reasons why I got into like political, funny stuff. So yeah, it started as a child, and there's a multitude of factors that went to it, but it all just formed together to just, you know, blend with my personality, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, you know, when I'm down and I turn on the TV and I watch somebody tell a funny joke or I go to a grocery store, it does instantly change your mood. And, I'm a mother and I have 2 children. So when I'm running around and somebody make me laugh, then it's like, oh, that made my day better. So it is important to, be a comedian and make others laugh because it heals.
And also, you know, laughter comes from pain.
Right.
I know a lot of struggles when I was younger, growing up in a small, you know, like 2-bedroom trailer, floors falling through, rats and roaches all over the place. You know, my mother, you know, we was a tight-knit family, my mother and my father, until at the age of 8 years old. You know, he just ran off or whatever. My grandma got sick. We went from an okay home to, we got to move in with grandma who had 2 strokes and try to help her out.
Oh, God.
And, you know, grandma's home was, you know, run down. And, but we loved each other a lot. And through it all, man, I always found the glass half full. I didn't realize, you know, how underprivileged I was because my family kept me laughing. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that was just like, hey, appreciate what you do have right now.
Right.
So, yeah, the struggle also helped with the comedy also. Like, it just made me go to another place when I can do comedy. So, yeah.
And sometimes you have to laugh or smile
Yeah.
or joke from crying. I've seen pain, I've seen struggle, I've seen a lot of things as well. And you keep a positive vibe on things. And then, when you get into your adult life, you see what you went through, when you're younger, and you can reflect on that so you're more appreciative. It used to be places I wouldn't shop as a kid.
Yeah.
And then now as an adult, I'm like, I don't care. I'll wear it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
So it's very
And
important.
I also think it's a lot in our culture as Black people. Comedy's in our culture deeply.
Right.
I know so many people that are hilarious. They're not on stages and things like that. And if you look at Black homes and how we interact with each other, white people are definitely funny. Different races are definitely funny too, but a lot of the majority of Black homes, it's comedy. It's all over the place.
It is.
It's the old heads or whatever, the cousins. So, it's a multitude of things that give, all of us that. So, yeah.
Right. So you wrote a book,
Yes, ma'am.
and it's called Through the Flames. So can you tell me what inspired you to write this book and a little bit about it?
Yes. So, Through the Flames and my encounter with Jesus, and I want to say this part right here because when this book was about to come out, I'm working with a publishing company. We already know what we want to do. Through the Flames, my encounter with Jesus was the name. So as we're getting ready to drop the book, they send me the last proof, and I'm noticing we just have Through the Flames. So I said, guys, we gotta put this on hold. We gotta get my encounter with Jesus on here. We're on a schedule though. You know what I'm saying? And thankfully, thank you to Sunshine Publishing Company. They halted everything with Amazon and everything, and they made sure they got that right, because my biggest thing was having the name Jesus on here meant so much to me, for a multitude of reasons. One, when I go to these news network places and I do interviews, WST had me on, Roanoke News had me on. News companies don't like to say Jesus' name.
Right.
Well, if you say the book, no choice. You got no choice but to say the name.
Right.
Say Jesus' name. So that was heavy for me just with the title. But all in all, I never expected to be an author. I never planned to be one. I think all in all, when I went through my fire accident, my near-death experience that's in the book, Jesus showed me a lot of things. I have a testimony of Jesus coming to me, and that's why they say it's an encounter with Jesus, because I felt him in that hospital. I'm in there on my third day. I almost died twice. The fire almost took me out, and then I almost choked to death on my catheter thing that came up my throat in the middle of the night when I threw up.
Oh, Lord.
When nobody was around. And by the third day, I'm just like, Lord, like, you haven't said anything. It's been silence 3 days straight. And then he came to me, that third day. And, I explain this story when I go to churches and tell my testimony. It felt like, and I still get chills in my arm when I talk about it, it felt like the Lord sat me down like a child on a stoop. You know what I mean? And he sat down beside me or whatever, whatnot. And I remember being in the presence of Jesus, like, this is Jesus right here, right? When you're in the presence of Jesus, you don't even feel worthy enough to look up at him. So I remember my head was down, and I remember thinking, am I dying right now? This is it? Like, what is going, like, this is Jesus Christ right here. I know it. He didn't say I'm Jesus or nothing. I just knew that I'm beside Jesus. And I remember having my head down, and I couldn't look up, because I'm like, I'm not even worthy to look at his face. And he talked to me. His first words was, I gave you, because me and Jesus, me and the Lord have a relationship, very close relationship all my life, I felt like. Even when I was, doing wrong, just being young and dumb, running around, not praying much and not going to church much, he still was there. And he always would speak to me, and sometimes it'd be short and stern. And he said to me, I gave you a talent. I also gave you a responsibility. I have been going to these venues, these comedy venues, MC hosting, all these places, getting all this success, and I stopped bringing his name up. I would look inside and be like, you know what, that's a little sketchy. And Lord, you stay at the door. I don't think they want to hear nothing about you, you know what I mean? Let me get this money, go ahead. I started leaning on myself, leaning on man more. I started leaning on materialistic things. I started praying less. And I got caught up in a little bit of the success I had in 2023, a little bit years before that. And I got lost in the sauce, if you will. And, the Lord showed me as I leaned on man, my day job and my comedy and acting and all these things, my looks and how I feel. And he said, I'm going to take all that away from you. You want to lean on that? I'm going to take all that away from you, right? And he said to me, I gave you a talent, but also gave you a responsibility. I've been going to all those venues, like I said, and haven't been bringing them up. And he told me that you're supposed to bring my name and bring me everywhere you go. Because your talent is for the glory of me. So all in all, I might make people laugh all day long or whatever, but when I'm bringing up Jesus, it brings it back to him. And he's like, and he basically showed me a vision of me talking in front of like thousands and thousands of people, almost like some Martin Luther King stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at myself in like a movie, with my hands like this, and all these people, and I come to, and in God's time, it's so strange. It felt like it took eternity for that to happen. Then it felt like he gave me that in 2 seconds. And I remember coming to and tears rolling down my eyes. My fiance, who's been laying on a raggedy recliner for the last 3-4 weeks, while I'm fighting for my life, she wakes up, nurses come in, I'm crying, I'm just crying. They're like, what's hurting? What's hurting? Because 40% of me is burned up. And at that time, I was not hurting. I said, I'm not hurt. I said, the Lord just told me my purpose. He's told me why I'm here, what I'm supposed to do. So I told the Lord, if you get me out this hospital bed, I'm going to take your name everywhere, at the highest mountain I can. You know what I'm saying? And, that's what's the a lot of the origin of this book, but also life stories in this book. So for me, with that, going through all of that, and then, having to learn how to walk again, learn how to move around again, have to accept the fact that, my body won't look the same anymore, my skin won't look the same anymore, I'm quote unquote handicapped for whatever time period, you know what I mean? That was a lot for me, but I was, overjoyed because he showed me, like, hey, you're here. Like, I let you feel that lake of fire, but that's not for you. But you gonna mess around and be a good guy going to hell. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I got, and so it just put a drive in me like I never had. I always had a drive, I always done these things. People know me for the things that I do out here, but, from then to now, it's like morphed. So I've been blessed triple times over ever since that, day in the hospital. And I tell people all the time, they don't believe it. I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change the fact that I got burned up and almost died. I wouldn't change any of it. My perspective is, a lot better. I appreciate people. I appreciate time. I appreciate a lot more. So,
and it's amazing. It's amazing that you brought up Jesus, and we're doing this interview. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's like, I could feel the presence of God, and we're just here.
Yes.
But I'm on a 40-day fast, and at times I do a 40-day fast, and by the time this come out, it'll be at the end of my fast.
Incredible.
And it's like your story is what I needed for the end of my fast.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. And also, I want to give one quick shout out, though, about this book here. So all that happened, I get out the hospital. Before I get out the hospital, in the midst of that, I have $700,000 debt over my head with the hospital bills.
Oh, my God.
I have the job and company that I love, and I've been in printing as a pressman. It was a great trade, great job. Turned it back on me. They, said that, they made a rule up that week. I didn't go by it, and that's how I caught on fire. No workers' comp. We're not paying for nothing. Broke my heart.
Yeah.
Absolutely broke my heart. I gave my all to this company. I couldn't believe it. And in the midst of that, it was dark. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know about my career. I didn't know about my finances. And all in all, the first blessing was Daniel Barksdale, director that I work for, coming to me and offering me my third contract from hospital bed.
Okay.
That was major for me.
Yeah.
And we go on tours and stuff, and he held off a tour. He held off a tour he's supposed to start that year and pushed it back for another year. And anybody in business know, I don't know how you even get out of these agreements with these venues. Somehow or another, they agreed to let him do that and move his stuff to the next year, and they, moved the schedule around. So I'm very thankful for him. But yeah, a man named Andre Austin came on my podcast called Candid Talk. You can get that on YouTube, Candid Talk, episode 169, by the way. He came on my show. He's a great man. He is a former He's a pastor. He's also a former police officer. He's also it's a very strong black man in my community and a cousin of mine. I grew up looking up to him, and I wanted him on my podcast, and he came on my podcast, and we're talking about his book that he had out called "When My Sanctuary Burned" by Dr. Andre Austin. And I loved the book. I got the book. I loved it. And I just moved on or whatever. And he hit me up like a month later, and he's like, Anthony, like, you love my book and all this stuff so much. You have a story to tell, man. Like, you need to think about publishing a book. And I said, Andre, I have no clue what I'm doing with something like that. And thankfully, he talked to me. He plugged me in Sunshine Publishing Company, Sunshine Book Publishing Company, and they're a great company. They helped me morph my life into this book, and I'm forever indebted for him because that's forever now. So yeah, that's the actual origin of the actual book right there. So
Okay.
yeah.
Could you tell me more of other things that you're doing?
Oh well, before I get to that,
Okay.
because I left y'all with debt and didn't end it
Right.
with nothing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, I'm into debt. All the troubles going on. In the midst of it, I have a cousin that's a doctor, Annette Turner. She came to me. She said, Anthony, you got to consider some legal counsel. And I never looked to do no lawsuits or anything like that, but I had to. So I filed a lawsuit against the company in which they tagged in workers' comp and said, hey, this lawsuit is against workers' comp because actually workers' comp denied you. But we told them these things, whatever. So I had to file a lawsuit versus workers' comp. And it's like a 6 or 7 month battle that I ended up winning. It was just an open and shut case, as far as my end. With the fires, I said, hey, fires should be going on the printing. We had 2 fires before me, 2 smaller fires. And I'm like, hey, no, we're running. We're trying to get a new customer. We're going to do this job. We're going to do it.
Right.
We're running. And the night my machine blew up and I caught on fire, I was supposed to leave an hour later. I was telling my family I was going in because I was supposed to go to North Carolina, but I said I'm going to go to North Carolina after I work and go do a show, acting show with Daniel Boxdale. And, the fire happened like an hour before I was supposed to go home. And all in all, I was able to get through that lawsuit, just through proof. I was just saying, hey, here's my messages, because they said that no fire happened at all and all this stuff. Well, here's my text messages saying that no fire happened before me. That I just did whatever. Here's my text messages showing that I'm inquiring why we're having fires, and all management saying, dude, just do the job. We don't know. They didn't know I had that information. That quick just won my case. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the whole thing of them saying that there's a rule they made of that week and only told me. Well, the rest of the people in the building said that doesn't make sense. We don't. Nobody ever tells an important rule to one employer and nobody else.
Right.
So that ended up paying. They ended up getting the $700,000. They paid for that. They gave me, pain and suffering, you know what I'm saying, finances, whatever. And everything turned out well. I'm thankful because, even if I made it out and had a career, who wants $700,000 over their head? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, what am I going to do? I got to be a millionaire just to pay that off. So thankfully, the Lord got me all the way through that. So to your question, what I got going on right now? A lot. Normally, before I LLC'd and morphed everything I got into a business, it was just me getting hit up for, comedy gigs, MC hosting, whatever. Now that I've LLC'd myself, I have a multitude of partnerships and contracts. Right now, I'm under contract to run the social media department for Appomattox County for all their big events and the Railroad Festival that happens every fall that brings in like 30 to 40,000 people on the weekend.
Okay.
I have a contract to be their social media manager for the last 2 years. And I also am under contract with Daniel Boxdale Productions as an actor. And I'm also in a partnership with Love Hills organization. They're a nonprofit organization who do really great things for people going through hardship out here. Regular people that you know and I know, they can't pay hospital bill, whatever bills. They throw big concerts and a lot of people come and all the money go to the person sitting right there. And I'm their official MC host for this calendar year. And I'm probably forgetting something. But yeah, the radio show still going. Candy Talk has me busy. My sports gambling page, shout out to Gamblers Anonymous. So I have a lot going on right now. I'm thankful, and also my new partnership with Tiger Son. Shout out Dadia. I'm gonna say your name right one, right? She's from Dadia. You know what I mean? And, I have a partnership with them to bring them something that we put together called Train Files Takeover Tuesdays.
Okay.
And that's basically going to be comedy, amateur performances, trivia, you name it. We're doing it.
Okay.
So yeah, right now it's a well-oiled machine, and after I'm in my third year of my business, first year just lost money, just poured money out. Nothing. I'm in the red. Nothing's coming back.
Right.
Second year, like okay, all right, I'm not pouring as much money. All right, I'm not making a lot, but okay, I can see a little something here. And then finally, my third year, I'm seeing like, all right, this is real. This is paying bills. This is something that's really worth it. So yeah, it's a lot going on right now. There's not a time in the day that I don't have something that I should or could do. I just try to take time off sometimes because I'll run myself into the ground.
Right.
But so yeah, it's all those things going at once, and also the book also, and I just keep going, flowing with all of it. Or promotions, working, and people still love my stupid skits that I do. I do funny comedy skits.
I see 'em.
Thank you. I still make. That's how I got in the game. You know what I mean? Is doing those. I was doing them before Country Wayne and them. You can look it up. I tell them people, for all them people that was doing that, I was making little skits in my head, and putting it out there way back then, and that morphed into my career.
Okay.
You know what I mean? People enjoyed seeing those videos. And not to be long-winded, but this kind of segues together. A man named DJ Bobby B, shout out DJ Bobby B, shout out to my cousin Gigi LaShonda Parker, because she knew him and she kept sending him videos. He's from New York, kept sending him videos. My cousin's funny. And he moved down here and he was like, yo, I need him, man. Like, I got a DJ battle at Phase 2, or Catalania's back then. They got all these DJs there. Shout out DJ Noise, all of us battling. And we got these rappers here, Mr. Cheeks and the Wobble Song guy. And he's like, I want a comedian to come out there for like 3 minutes and give me a set and then, roast people and then I'm gonna come out there. And that's how my career started. And I never done stand-up, and I told him I love stand-up. I appreciate stand-up, dude, but if you want to battle and win this battle, I'm a rookie you sending out here.
Right.
Man, that man came to my house like a college recruit person. He came there and said, look, Trey, let me come and sit down and talk to you. He said, man, you got it. Like, you got the talent. Like, I need you to try this, man. I need you to try off the phone, off the internet, and in person with your comedy. And that's what I did. Went out there, I did well. Shout out to my Aunt Charlene because, they sliding all the rookies off the card, and I was getting ready to get slid off the card basically, and I just, grabbed Black by the horns, I was sitting in the back, I was ready to shut it down. It was 11 o'clock, I was supposed to went on at 9, and all the amateurs are getting thrown to the side for the big people. And shout out Arthur Landrum. I went to Arthur Landrum, who was running the thing, and I said, Arthur, I'm going on next. I just said that straight up with confidence. I said, I'm going on next. I'll never forget, he had on this fresh white suit from top to bottom. Arthur Landrum was an old player, old smooth player. And he looked at me and he said, who are you, sir? I said, I'm Anthony Train Johnson. And he's like, oh, you my comedy for the night. I said, yeah. Well, tell Noah's put you on there. I never forgot, I went up there, DJ Noah's, he didn't know who the heck I was. And I'm like, he's doing music. I said, no, I'm going on next. He looked at me, went back to DJing, right? I said, no, it's Arthur Landrum said I'm going on next. And that's when we realized, oh, this boy, he plugged in.
Right.
Coming to the stage, such and such, whatever the boy's name is, but it was like, whatever. And by then, that came, my Aunt Charlene would text me saying, yo, I don't give a damn. Like, go on that stage, or I'm you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Get on the stage, boy. So I went out there, and by then, all my nervousness and fear went away. And I was just on a heater, and I clowned everyone from the DJs to Arthur Landrum to the Wobble Song guy to Mr. I just went in the crowd. I just went in.
Right.
It ended up being 6 minutes. And after that, Arthur Landrum walks up on me. It's a sold-out crowd. My first show was a sold-out venue.
Wow.
Not for me, but just for the event. Thousands of people, wall to wall. And I went into Mayhem and killed it. And I never forget, he just pulled out a little $75.
Okay.
You did good, son. You get money for this?
Right.
So, yeah. And that just morphed into other venues because it's a copycat place in Lynchburg. Hill City Clubhouse. Chris England, shout out. He hit me up the next week and was like, I heard you did comedy. I want a comedy show. So round up some comedians, and that's how comedy started. You know what I mean? You know, so I just started doing different venues, and that's the origin of how I got here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you tie in with the load that you have, that you take, and your family? Like, how does all of that work?
So, man, I'm a really big family person. I love being a dad. You know, I have a fiance, so I love being a whatever you call a fiancé
Yeah.
or whatever. You know what I'm saying? For me, a lot of them are on for the ride. Like I intertwine these things.
Good.
You know, my daughter has seen me multiple times on stage, and she loves it. You know what I mean? She thinks I'm some massive star. Her little friends do too. She's 12. My fiance goes to things, and if I have time and I'm at home, I will say, all right, let me get, what I need to get done early that needs to be out, and enjoy the rest of my day and my time, with my family.
Right.
Because, I tell people you choose what you want to do. No matter how busy anyone's schedule is, you're going to choose what you want to do. And honestly, I choose family over bars and stuff during the week. When I was younger, in 22, 23, 24, I was in the bar all the time. Even after my daughter was born, I still was running around in the bars and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But over time, I started valuing, my people more than being out with strangers.
Right.
So, those nights where I was going to the bar, I do the bars maybe once every now and then, but I like to travel. So, yeah, I just efficiently choose my time well now.
Right.
And I make it count when I do it.
Well, good. Yeah, because they say the streets don't love anybody. And
Bingo.
even myself, I used to hang out and party and all this. Now I'm like, I want to be home. I'll go out for a celebration, but family, like the value in family, like I didn't really myself cherish it until later in my life. And then you see the importance of just having your family, and your family's going to be there at the end of the day, whether you make it big or whether you fall off, or you could lose house, car, anything. And your family, they're going to be there to catch you.
Exactly. Like you say, you do all that running around and stuff, and you look back like, all right, what did I really get out of a lot of this?
Right. Hangovers, headaches.
Spending too much money for no reason, you know what I'm saying? So yes, you're exactly right. So yeah, that's what I do.
So what could you tell, like, somebody looking in on your story? What could you tell them, like, to motivate them or to encourage them to chase after their dream? What would you tell them?
And first of all, I'm always going to tell y'all to try Jesus. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you that first. I really am. If you're lost and you can't find your center, your base, try Jesus and talk to Jesus for real about all of your dreams and goals. Don't leave nothing out. You know what I'm saying? And say exactly what you want. Say it specifically. You know what I mean? I started getting things, things started changing my life when I specifically said, Lord, I want to ... You know what I'm saying? That's one. And two, majority of people out here have passions. Either they're afraid to dive into them, or they don't think that people will accept it. And I always say, man, like, if you're going for your passions, you're going to find success. And, a lot of people are ashamed or wondering how people want to look at them.
Right.
Like, oh, you trying to, it's like you got a podcast right now.
Right.
So she must think she's something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, I do think I'm something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I do.
Right.
What do you think about that? You know, so
I
tell the people, man, chase your passions. Of course, your day jobs and all that, we got to put food on the table, so I understand that. You can do that. But leave room for your passion.
Yes.
Because you never know where it could take you.
Right.
And that's what I tell them. I tell them, don't have fear. And your circle, man. Like, a lot of people don't even realize they have a lot of, like, down, negative energy around them because you've been around them for so long. You're kind of used to how we talk and chop up or whatever. But, definitely with my circle now compared to years and years, ago, I have a, really good, successful circle. You know what I mean? Like, my friends do bigger things than I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And they motivate and support and show up to things. So definitely get people that like the things that you do too. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all gonna be on the same time.
Right.
When you late night and you thinking of something, and you tell them that, they're gonna receive it well. We've all talked to someone about our passions. You kind of see them like, oh yeah, okay, all right. They really don't want to hear it.
Right.
They really don't really care, or they really, maybe want to do something like that, but they're scared themselves. They don't want you to make it that far. So yeah, your circle, follow your passions, Jesus first, and that's a great start.
Okay. So what would you tell somebody, say, if, because sometimes it's not always friends, it could be family,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
somebody is saying, hey, I don't think that this is going to succeed. I don't think that you have what it takes. What do you think your recommendation for somebody that might have a negative family member?
Always use negative for motivation. Always. Like, take it in. Like, yo, that's what they believe. That's not a lie. This is what they believe.
Right.
And you take that in and you get to work. You know what I'm saying? And that definitely drove me a lot in my life, of people not thinking I could do things. Even when I was trying to get my trade to be a pressman, I was a little flunky helper. You get an assistant before you become a pressman. And I said, when I be a freshman, guys, these my buddies, my homies at work, they bust all laughing. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, man, end up having a 13-year career in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So use that, because you can't throw your family to just throw them away. It is what it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you use that. And then your family will see what's up. Either they're going to start supporting or they just going to shut up with the hating.
Right.
It's one or the other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you just that's what I tell people all the time, man. Use all the energy out here. Use the positive energy. Use the negative energy.
Okay. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
5 years, man. I'm split, because I think I'm going to be really rich and really famous.
Ooh.
Well, I don't know about fame. Well, here's the thing. I don't want, after you get older and you do so much conspiracy theory stuff, it's like, I don't know if I don't want Hollywood. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
I really want to just do my passions and pay for my family to live. And if I got a loyal fan base, I'm great.
Right.
I'm perfect. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, thank God, when I was young, I wanted to be the most famous thing in the world. And I had this thing in my head, and I said this when I was 12 years old. Who thinks like this, by the way? I said, when I die, I want the world to cry. I was 12 saying that.
Right.
I was dead serious. You get older, hell no, I don't want that.
Right.
No, those are tragic. Those are Kobe Bryant and them, you know what I'm saying? R.I.P. I don't want that.
Right.
I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to live my passions, pay for my fam. But, like my old lady said the other night, she's like, you're morphing into something that, you know what I'm saying, I don't know where it's going to go. My old lady didn't even want no guy that was even remotely what I am.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She told me, like, I had to take time. Like, do I want to date somebody that's kind of, But, she just, fell in love with the passion. And she's like, you know what? I got my passions, because shout out Whitney, soon to be Johnson. She's a rock star herself. You know what I'm saying? She is a trailblazer in Lynchburg, Virginia, as a career tech teacher at EC Glass.
Okay.
Morphed their program, the dental program, got kids out here getting their, certificates, getting their certifications so they can go and have careers immediately. And, she has her major passions and all that too. So she related.
Right.
Even though it wasn't her style, she's like, nah, let's turn up. So she is skits and stuff now too, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, for me, 5 years from now, family, home life good, bank account good. I'm living my passions, and I got a loyal base now. I want that just to grow into just more, just loyal people who just want, great content, and you know what I'm saying, just something that just great work from someone who really believes in what they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it anything else that you want to share with us?
Sure. I want to shout out Appomattox County. Also, because I'm chairman of Social Service Advisory Board.
Okay.
I definitely want to shout them out, and I'm going to shout out Appomattox and I didn't try to be a chairman. I didn't want to at all.
Okay.
I had one of their big board of supervisors, shout out to John Hinkle. He just hit me up and was like, you do a lot. you do well. And I criticized them. They wanted my podcast to just go on a deep dive on the board of supervisors and whatever. And I'm doing a deep dive and I'm doing videos. And I had to criticize them like, hey man, you did, Mm-hmm. And he came in one, it's a big, tall man. And he, I come to a board of supervisors meeting. Hey, can I talk to you afterwards? I'm like, you gonna talk to me? He said, I want to tell you I respect everything you said. You know what I'm saying? And he offered me. He said, you need to. This is open. If you want to be on the advisory board, I would love for you to do that. Got on the board and ended up becoming the chairman somehow. So I want to shout out Appomattox because I went to school there.
Okay.
And it's hard to get support from your hometown. Mm-hmm. And that place really believes in me.
Good.
They really believe in me. I have a multitude of, like my social media job, the advisory board stuff. And when I do things, they really they got love for it. And it's white, black, whatever. So I definitely want to shout out A-Town. I want to shout out Concord and Stonewall, Oakville, and all those things. And so for me, what I want to say to the people, there's so much goodness for you, man. Just dive in. When I made this brand, I made it for everyone to find something under the Train Files tree.
Okay.
If you're a comedy guy, here's plenty of comedy. Mm-hmm. If you're a political guy, here's political information, here's political comedy. If you're a sports guy, here's sports gambling. I went down the line. If you're a reader, here's books, you know what I mean? I went down the line of passions and things that people like, and I put it, in my brand. Okay. And I just want people to just know that, there's a lot more, and to subscribe to these things, I got a lot for you. And if you come out, the main thing that people say about me and my work is that it's worth it every time. Mm-hmm. Headlining comedy for the last 3 years, being a real headliner that brings the house down, means a lot to me. And I want to give people their money's worth. You know what I mean? I've had big pack shows. I have shows with a few people. But either way, I'm giving my A game. So know when you come to see me, you pay your hard-earned money, you're going to get A game from me. And also, if you support, you're going to get fulfilled. You're going to get motivated, inspired. All those things are going to happen. And come to Tiger Tuesdays every Tuesday and subscribe to everything. I can't stop promo. That's ridiculous. but yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm happy, I'm good, I'm secure in my faith, I'm secure in my relationship, you know what I'm saying? Even with my burns and all that, like I got a sleeve on today, but for the last 2 months, 3 months, no sleeve.
Okay.
I was very ashamed of my burns at first, you know what I'm saying? Like I was very ashamed of it all, but I have sleeve on today because sun will definitely hurt the skin graft right here.
Right.
I'll have it feel a little icky.
Right.
But I'm fine and secure and everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm working hard and it's going good.
Well, I'm so proud of you as an entrepreneur and everything that you have going on.
I appreciate
and
it.
I wish you nothing but success. And I've enjoyed hearing your story. I'm going to definitely check you out one Tuesday if I find a babysitter. Hint, hint to my mom or my aunt,
Hey, auntie.
I would love to do that. But, it's been a blessing just hearing everything that you're offering, the city, the counties, and everything.
Thank you. And to the people at home, Through the Flames, My Encounter with Jesus is available on Amazon right now. Or if you want an author copy from me, DM me, find me somehow, and you will get your name signed to this and my signature that you can have and have your name in there forever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get some little ink in there besides the ink that's already printed. But yeah, that's what I got. And thank you for having me on your show. I really appreciate people taking time
You're welcome.
to sit down. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I really hope for the most success. I'll send my followers your way
Thank
too.
you.
You know what I'm saying? I hope that everything that you want to strive for comes true and comes home.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to wrap it on up. Thank you for tuning into the Dream Talk podcast. We got a lot of good things going on for the month of June. And you can also follow Anthony Train Johnson on Facebook. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, and shout out to all the real ones out there. Shout out to Dion, my dog Dion. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I don't care.
Right.
I don't care. Shout out my dog Purple Haze. My cousin MJ, my brother Rod, shout out to everybody, man. My child, everybody, man.
Right.
Raymond 6G, because I know you watching somewhere. Stephon Brown, I'm shouting to everybody, man. All my people, man. Big shout out. Jimmy Two Swimming, I'm talking about Jimmy.
Okay.
I'm sorry. So many freaking people that support me. I can't forget these guys, man. Kirkland is handy. My VP on my Gamma page. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Right.
I think I'm done. I forgot somebody, but I'll call next time.
Jesus.
My Lord and Savior.
Yes, amen.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
That's perfect.
That was fun.